Hey guys, JR here, and today I want to come back with this series of, I've been using the Hawkeye Scanner, everyone knows that. So now it seems like after a big push to the upside from the S&P was trading around 4,100 and change, now we have this opportunity that everyone is talking about the inverted curve. Everyone is so sad, they think like it's the end, right? Now, Deutsche Bank, it's the first bank, I mean, not exactly that you want Deutsche Bank, that is probably the second biggest bank, commercial bank in Germany, but it's not exactly Commerzbank, right? So whatever, they just came out. I don't know if they feel better for doing that or what, but they're saying basically we're going through a recession next year. So they're predicting, they're doing a little bit of magic. Until then, we have to trade stocks, right? Banks are not giving anything. Everyone's concerned about the retirement. And right now, with what happened in Russia, sadly, the Ukraine invasion, well, people are just wondering what they have to do. So in fact, you need to offset any pricing. If pricing increases, you have to offset that somewhere, right? And if you cannot put more overtime or you don't have a job, you need to find a solution. So the U.S. stock market seems to be reliable. Yeah, it's there. And either way, you can play always up and down. You can buy calls, you can buy puts, and you can leverage yourself. You know how to do that. But at the end of the time, it's always good to have some tools that give you some direction. So right now, everyone is just cautious. Let's be cautious, but at the same time, let's talk about a few opportunities that might be popping right now. So every day, remember, at the end of the day, Hawkeye Traders send out these scanner with a lot of ideas based on the roadkill, volume, and the heat map. So that's what we're going to do. Today, there are a few things that you can see on my screen. Adobe, ALB, American Tower, Amazon is there. Best Buy also, Best Buy. I like to take a look at CL. CL is pretty decent. Dollar General, I think probably they're going to do well if things were to really get tough out there. What else we have? Google, Merck has been popping up. Microsoft, of course. But what I do like is, I don't have Apple today, but I think in like a couple of days, Apple was there. Right now, remember, two key players in the market, it's Apple and Microsoft. Then you have Amazon. Of course, you have Tesla coming up. So those are names that you definitely want to pay attention. Another name I want to take a look today is PayPal. PayPal is kind of tricky one. Steve Plays at the Insiders Expose. I think he was talking a little bit about it, my colleague. And TGT targets, well, Verizon, I'm not sure of this one. Xcel Energy as well. So there's a few names that is of interest for us. Also Match.com, I think they're doing well. Tinder seems to be profitable, even if someone is scared of recession. It's just love. So you want to take a look at this. All right, so let's start with PayPal. It's a name that a lot of people think. I think Jim Cramer, as usual, the perfect inverse ETF out there. He was talking a little bit about that. So what I want to pay attention when I will come back to CL. Let's take a look at PYPL, PayPal Holdings. And definitely bearish on the long-term view. It slowly has to shift. There's a little bit of what I like to see as the volume drying. Take a look at these. You see how the volume's drying. That definitely is something we have to pay attention to, because at the end of the day, you want to think, okay, the selling that took place at this point, it's almost gone, and there's no more selling. So that is the perfect setup for a bounce. Now, according to Hawkeye trend plus stops, you definitely want to wait a little bit more. This is on the weekly. So heat map, you can see it's still bearish. That's not a surprise. This stock got it was beat up all the way here to this point. So not a surprise, but definitely at all time, if everyone's scared with the Fed talking about increasing, being more aggressive. That's the thing right now. Everyone's scared of 50 basis points increase. I think it was Citibank. They said this is going to happen, but you never know. You never know. So the market reacts, and every time the market pauses, that's where you have a chance to take a look at the opportunities. And what a better way, like follow these videos and actually get access, put your hands on the Hawkeye Scanner. That's actually where you're going to get a lot of these ideas. So the market is pausing. This is not really a bearish setup. This is just the market pausing, going sideways. It looks a little bit, honestly, a little bit tricky because it's just like a couple candles. There's no direction. So you're looking for direction. So you can always enter with a breakout of 122 to the upside. That would be my call to go in. So that would be a buy stop. On the other hand, if you take a look at this now. You see a little bit of a difference. We are on the Hawkeye trend plus stops. If things were just to retrace after this big push to the upside, I think this was very good for them. It's 32% from the first week in March. Think about the S&P 500 last year yielded like 27. Well, you make that kind of money in like 2 weeks. Sort of trying to look to pick the bottom. Not a lot of people do that, but actually, once we took out the hikes from the Federal Reserve, the first hike, that produced a pop in the market. So that was a good opportunity if you have cash available to trade that. So that was very good. In options, it was really good as well. Facebook call options were popping like 20 to 1, something like that. So that was very good. So this is something to pay attention. My levels to buy again on pullbacks all the way back to 107, following the third level on the Hawkeye trend plus stop. So that's a lot of guidance that you can get, visual guidance that you get when you have the tools. So that's PYPL, that's PayPal. And now let's take a look at CL, very defensive stock, something that you will like to pick for your retirement account. Very stable. The business is going nowhere. We have the same pattern. Look at the volume, same pattern all the way. Lots of selling, but then it slows down. It just moves lower. That means volume dried. That's a setup for a push to the upside. Pullbacks are very attractive all the way to $74. Right now trading at 77. And that will give you any 5% pullback. That's your entry for you. And looking at targets, I will be targeting with everything that it's, because inflation is not going away. We might have this inflation, steady inflation levels, let's say like 6-7%, right? 6-7%. If it drops to 6, a lot of people will be happy, but it's still high. So you want to work with a lot of defensive companies. This is one. I will actually see 1, 2. This is actually 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what we call the decision-making zone. What that means is it was making a decision to continue back on December 2020 past 86. It didn't. So you have those 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts to break to the upside the decision level zone, decision-making zone, whatever you want to call it, but it's a decision zone for the stock. And on the next attempt, I fully think it's going to just break out and it will probably do something like this. Just you have to measure the area. It's not rocket science. You just have to give yourself a little bit of room to think that CL is a company that's going to be around 1196. That takes you probably to $100. So make no mistake, this is a $100 stock, especially with inflation. Those products are essentials. A lot of those products are essential. People will just keep buying them. And what happens that if we were entering a recession, we don't have to enter a recession. Just the fact that inflation is high, people will just stop doing other things and they just will keep just buying CL products. That's just the way it is. So you have that perfect scenario. And the other way to the downside, you have a perfect, besides following the trend with the Hawkeye tools, you have a perfect liquidity area that has been respected. If it didn't happen this time, now heat map is switching to green, bright green. That's absolutely an opportunity to just take a long position. Defensive stock, something that you want to add if you are looking for more stability on your retirement account, IRA or IRA Roth, all right? So you have that. And I want to come back, just pause and remember that at any time, if you want to learn more about volume price analysis, we have a PDF in our site, HawkeyeTraders.com. Take a look, visit us. Definitely one of the leading indicators out there that you have, besides anything that you can sort of track from the Senate trading stocks. At all time, one of the best technical tools out there will be the Hawkeye trading package volume heat map. You want to have that part of your arsenal if you want to be, not only if you want to be a successful trader, but also if you want to sort of grasp what actually is happening visually. You want to visualize everything that is happening, all right? So you want to take a look at that. So CL is one, and always remember our website, HawkeyeTraders.com. Take a look, download. You want to download and read more about volume price analysis. One more stock I want to take a look, TGT. Target, Peak Properties. What is this? Well, Coca-Cola is always there. KDP as well. I take a look at XEL. Let's take a look at that one. All right. Xcel Energy. It's pretty much doing the same. This one, it's I will say that it looks very good. Now, you never know because you have a little bit of selling there. Weekly, totally aligned. Bright green, same monthly, same story. So this one looks way better when we're studying the three time frames, which is the core of the Hawkeye trade analysis, which is everything has to be aligned in the direction of the trend. Now, at this point, we have a breakout from the first week of March when the stock was trading at $72.50. That's fine. I will say I will look to same story, but with more conviction. I'm looking to be long the stock and buying pullbacks, $70, $69.45. On the weekly, definitely $70 is the level that you want to pay attention to. But in the long-term view, this is actually setting for a big breakout. It's been sideways all the way since November 20. The longer you go sideways, the more you have the opportunity. Trends up. With Hawkeye Principal Stop, what you do is that you have these levels. This is $70.30. And then you have these levels, $66.23. Those are pretty much the levels that you want to pay attention to, reload your position and go up. Now, what I want to add, and I'm not a big fan, but it's just practice about what I do sometimes for clients, what I call the tech canvas. Number one story here is that this thing is breaking out from that previous high. So you definitely have a retest there. Weekly making 0.0444%. Not bad, but definitely this is not a bearish entry. This is a bullish entry. You have that big breakout, just more clean there. So this is good. This is really good. And then if you take a look at this, well, actually, this is really the bottom, something like this. And that's a structure. It's not really a wedge, but it's more like a triangle, bullish triangle, sort of continuation triangle that you have there. That's what I think it is. So you just want to measure the area, the full area that you're studying. That's how it's going to rotate to the upside once you have the breakout, which you already have it. So from the stocks, we're looking at the scanner today. Absolutely, this is the one I'm in love with. There's a great opportunity. I want to take this chance. $17 to the upside. XCEL, the name of the ticker, Xcel Energy, and definitely it's doing really well. $17. This is a big breakout that was coming. New all-time highs coming for this stock. Particularly, I will see that this thing is going to go back to 90 and potentially 100 because 100 is that magnetic level. So once you get to that level, you pretty much are just like an inch. That $10 right there is like a bonus, and you get that. So take a look at this stock. Definitely, you want to pay attention to how I got there. Because every day at the end of my trading day, an hour and a half later, tops, I get this email, this notification. So if you want to get that information, make sure you contact our customer service or just, reach out. Because if you actually put a message if you make some comments, it probably won't be able to email you. So definitely it's something, a little bit of help. And what traders want to do, they just want to cut the time down to what they're doing, like looking for opportunities. So this is something you want to pay attention to. 3 ideas, the best one, I like XEL. I want to be long, and I'm looking for this particular target in the next 3 months for this stock, okay? Guys, thank you so much. This is for Hawkeye Traders, the Hawkeye Scanner. And hopefully I see you guys tomorrow morning, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.